Right, it's fair to assume that the children of two famous Hollywood stars would have a pretty set financial future ahead of them.
Yeah, but Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have different plans for their kids. Chris Holmstrom joining us now from the social desk with their controversial decision on what to leave behind. These are always interesting to hear about.
It is, and I love what they're doing. It's really cool. So yeah, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, they've been married for 8 years. They've got 2 kids together, and as they grow up, the couple is sharing more about how they're planning out their future. So Kutcher said on a podcast that he and his wife do not want to leave the hundreds of millions of dollars they're worth to their kids. Instead, they plan to donate it to charity. He said they're already living a privileged life and they want them to learn the value of money. There was only one exception for helping his kids financially. If they want to start a business and have a good plan for it, then they will help them out. So what do y'all think about that? Do you think that's a smart move?
I respect it, yeah. I do. I think that the kids are probably going to be more appreciative. They're going to understand the value of money, the value of hard work.
And they have to find their own passions and their own way to make a living instead of just kicking back and relying on mom and dad. So I think that's great.
But they'll never be destitute.
I agree. And you know, also someone growing up blue collar, I had to understand that if you want something, you got to work for it. So
same.
A lot of people don't understand that. All right, so let's go to this next story. This one's pretty interesting as well. It might have been a historic year for Asian actors after sweeping the award season with Everything Everywhere All at Once. By the way, did you two see that movie?
Still no.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I finally saw it.
I want those hours of my life back, but I know I'm in the minority.
No, I have heard that.
It really is. I loved it. But anyways, a new UCLA study reveals that white men, they are still taking the lead. So this is one of the biggest studies looking into diversity in Hollywood. So researchers, they found that ethnic and gender inclusivity trends reverted back to 2019 or 2018 levels last year. White actors and directors made up the majority of the people involved in the biggest films of the year. The study did show one notable increase in 2022. Streaming films were a lot more inclusive and represented women and more people of color than theatrical releases. But I will say there are so many different streaming devices out there and options for you. So it is nice to see that there is representation more so now than there ever was.
It's slowly getting better, but it still isn't where it needs to be.
I agree. But there's a lot going on, a lot of production. So, okay. Here's that tease about those tomatoes. So we can all agree that plants are alive, or at least for as long as you're able to take care of them. But what if I told you some plants scream when you cut the stem? No.
Please don't tell us that.
I know, you're killing the baby tomatoes. Okay, so researchers, they recently discovered they actually do scream when you cut them. The audio recording from the study shows this sounds like when you pop bubble wrap. And they say the noise can be heard from more than 3 feet away when they're thirsty. Our ears aren't capable of picking the sound up though, but your pets can definitely hear it. So I gotta ask, next time you go to the store, you gonna choose that tomato, even though you know the tomato's screaming?
I'm not loving this because I don't know what it's gonna mean for my vegan husband. Who's
I was thinking the same thing.
Cut out more things.
Even
You feel guilty eating. So, and I wonder if this is the case with other
He'll
plants.
start doing like little smiley faces on the tomato, be like, you're killing me.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're all alive, right?
They're all alive, yes.
Yeah.
And the other day I bought a tomato with salt and it was delicious, and I'll do it again.
And did it
No remorse for you.
No remorse. Give me all the tomatoes. Give me that salsa as well. But yeah.
CBS 2 is now CBS Los Angeles.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.